Hi there, welcome to Belinda's Book Club. Today we're talking about the Dragon Masters, the authors of dragon books who make impressive and riveting worlds that the dragons can believably live in. The first author I'm going to talk to you about is Jasper Fforde. He wrote a series, The Last Dragon Slayer, which is for tweens and up. The title character in this series is Jennifer Strange, and she runs a talent agency for magicians and those with magic, and she gets a vision that predicts the death of the world's last dragon. So she solves this mystery. It's a very fun ride. You should check it out. Jasper Fforde. The next book in the series is the next book I want to tell you about actually is writings by Anne McCaffrey. She has over 50 books in her Dragons of Pern series. She first published them in 1957, so some are out of print and hard to get a hold of. This one here is the third book. She suggests you could start the series in any of the first three books, or there are some other parts along the series that you can still pick up and get a good idea of the world that they are in. The first book is Dragon Flight, then there's Dragon Song. This is the third, as I said. The White Dragon, a good place to start. Anne's dragons all have telepathy. They can teleport. There's some time shifting in there. The society that these dragons are in, the people in there are very art-based. They are studious. It's very interesting. There's even some information of a space travel in future books, but she blends it in really, really well. Anne McCaffrey, you should check out some of her books. Interesting reads. The next author I'd like to tell you about is Christopher Paolini. You have probably heard of his Eragon series. This here is the first book, Eragon, in which was turned into a movie. The movie didn't turn out very good in my opinion, but I think the books are excellent. He wrote the first one when he was 15. The other books, I believe there are 4 in total. I believe they're very good. Very thought-provoking, striking images, and you should check them out. The next author I want to tell you about is one you may have not heard of, Chris DeLacy. I got this book here, the first of the Earth Dragon series, as an ARC copy from the author via Goodreads. I was very impressed. The setting is desert versus mountains. The dragons live in a mountainous area. The humans live in a desert area. A distinct boundary between the two. The humans know they're not supposed to go into the area of the dragons. If they do, they're killed instantly. And someone crosses the border, and the story is very, very good. You should check it out. Chris DeLacy. I can't wait to get his next one. The next book I want to talk to you about is Steve Anderson. He wrote a book called Dragon Talker. There's only one so far. I'm hoping there will be a second one. I lent out the book, so I cannot hold it up for you, but the artwork, just know that the artwork on the cover, it looks like it's a book for tweens and up, but I think it is very interesting for a more adult reader as well. So don't let the art fool you. In the book, the title character, Yuri, he lives in a very small village where the elders in the village are killed with a mysterious or unknown origin fire. So he becomes the dragon talker. He needs to communicate with the dragons that are there, and he's very apprehensive in doing so. That's it for that book. I will tell you about the next author here, Robin Hobb. She has a set of books called the Rainwild Chronicles. This is the cover of one of those books. This is The Blood of Dragons. Now for these Rainwild books, Robin Hobb has built a world, in particular in the first book, which is not this book, where there's a queen dragon. There are a few dragons in land, but one queen dragon in particular lays some eggs and then flies off, leaves them unattended in a village where the people are supposed to look after them. The dragon eggs all hatch, but they are misshapen and slightly deformed, and they are assigned human caretakers, and they set off on a trek to find the queen, and a very, very interesting story follows from that. So that's Robin Hobbs and the Rain Wilds Chronicles. My next author you have probably heard of quite a bit, George R.R. Martin, Game of Thrones series. I love his books. I found them very, very captivating and enchanting. He starts off in the first book. There is quite a bit about his the title character for the dragon portion of his books, Daenerys Targaryen. I hope I say that right. And Daenerys, it goes through some of her family history, her brother, which turns out to be a miserable person, how she becomes married, and then later on the mother of 3 dragons. Her story is interspersed in between all of his Game of Thrones novels, and his next novel, the ending novel or 2, have yet to come out, but you may have seen some of it through the TV series. You should look for that as well. He's master world builder, which is why I have it on the list. Even though it's only a small portion of the books, he does it so well, it's worth the look. Now, the next author I want to talk to you about, my last author actually, is Naomi Novik. You may or may not have heard of her. Her series for dragons is called the Tremere series. It starts with the book His Majesty's Dragon. This is one of the later books in the series. This is Tongues of Serpents. And then there is also The Blood of Tyrants, which is a later novel. So in this Tremere series, as you can see, they have a similar symbol on the cover. That's how you know most of them. They start off, the first one, His Majesty's Dragon, starts off with a British sea captain, Captain William Lawrence, who inadvertently gets a dragon's egg, and he is with it when it hatches, so it bonds with him. So he is told he needs to keep this dragon. Now, the world in these series is very much like a slightly Napoleonic war between Britain and France. Very much for history buffs, but obviously with a fantasy and dragon lore stuck in there. Very interesting, and you should give it a try. That's everything from the Dragon Masters. If you have any suggestions of Dragon Masters that I should check out, please let me know. Subscribe and let me know your comments. Thank you.